Welcome to Next Tech. It's been almost 50 years since people left impressions on the moon, and during that time, human space investigation has generally loved on monitored low Earth circle missions and automated logical investigation. However, presently significant degrees of private subsidizing, progresses in innovation, and developing public area interest is re-establishing the call to look toward the stars. In today's video, we are taking a look at space, the multi-trillion-dollar industry. Make sure you watch this video till the end to see how the experts suggest investors to get into the space industry fast. The space business is in a broad change, as the most recent decade has seen various youthful organizations start to try to benefit in a territory where a large portion of the cash was produced using military agreements or costly correspondences satellites. The assessed $400 billion space economy is still generally overwhelmed by huge aviation and safeguard organizations, serving government-financed interests. Yet, financial backers say that this is changing, with Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, and UBS ever responsible for successive exploration for customers on how the space business is developing. Money Street's agreement is that space will turn into a multi-trillion-dollar economy in the following 10 to 20 years, a view financial backers today are relying on. It's totally a suitable industry to put resources into, actually like programming. Bessemer Venture Partners Tess Hatch told CNBC, Bringforth has driven Bessemer's interest in a few space organizations, sitting on the leading group of Rocket Lab and satellite organization Spire Global, among others. As both aviation Goliaths and private capital keep on putting billions of dollars in new advances and openings, public financial backers should know the greatest parts in the space business. Shannon Saccocia, boss speculation official at Boston Private, revealed to CNBC she perceives the space business is generally government-driven right now and is searching for additional organizations to come to advertise. I believe that space is something beyond an administration's supported pursuit. It should be all the more a privatized adventure. My expectation is that this will subsidize some extra-friendly effect, Saccocia said. There is a longing for this to be dealt with as a chance for organizations to profit the social great, instead of something that should be shielded from the public safety viewpoint, which I actually believe that space falls into that worldview. There are various approaches to arrange space organizations as the business seeps over into an assortment of different areas. With the end goal of this guide, CNBC improves on financial backer freedoms into 4 classifications: human spaceflight, public safety, satellite correspondences, and symbolism and information examination. Also, every one of those classes incorporates 3 distinct kinds of organizations: public organizations that are simply space engaged, public organizations with openness through a huge space auxiliary, and privately owned businesses that before long may either open up to the world or spin off divisions. While Boeing and Lockheed Martin both have heritages in human spaceflight, Virgin Galactic is the main traded on an open market organization zeroed in on flying individuals to space as its essential business. Virgin Galactic appeared with much pomp at the New York Stock Exchange a month ago, with institutional financial backers paying heed. This is amazingly critical for the space local area, as other than Skybox being obtained by Google and MDA securing Digital Globe, this is actually the 3rd liquidity occasion in the space business, and it's another greeting for financial backers to put resources into the space area, Hatch said. This is only the initial step for some. Numerous other bigger and more huge space openings Virgin Galactic offers likeness with 2 other space adventures worked by tycoons this century, Blue Origin and SpaceX. The previous is additionally building up a rocket for space vacationers, while the last intends to utilize its monstrous Starship rocket as a method for starting with one spot then onto the next on Earth immediately, known as Highlight Point Space Travel. Virgin Galactic, as of late, declared a speculation from Boeing, as the Endeavour is taking a gander at whether it can develop its space travel industry innovation and construct rockets fit for Highlight Point rapid travel. The thing to note about space is that the input cycle is somewhat more, Hatch said. While that may take somewhat more, I do figure it will have a similar profit from your venture as a product organization. Neither SpaceX nor Blue Origin intend to open up to the world anytime soon. Yet it would be a mix-up to miss the effect the organizations of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos have had on the business. SpaceX has become the most dynamic US rocket launcher, essentially decreasing the expense of dispatching satellites, while likewise demonstrating it can reuse the most important pieces of rockets via handling the sponsors. SpaceX has likewise been chipping away at a case known as Crew Dragon, intending to start dispatching space travelers to the International Space Station for NASA 1 year from now. I'll bet Blue Origin presently can't seem to fly individuals. The organization has taken what it's gained from its space and travel industry program and applied it to an assortment of aspiring spaceflight tries, developing an amazing yet reusable rocket motor, fabricating a huge new rocket, and driving an offer to fly load and individuals to the moon for NASA on a lunar lander. Lockheed Martin joined Blue Origin's lunar lander activity and has likewise been building the Orion cases for NASA's profound space missions. NASA has effectively dedicated to purchasing 6 Orion rockets from Lockheed Martin for at least $4.6 billion, and the organization may plunk down significantly more cash later on. Boeing, as SpaceX, is building up a case to fly NASA Space Explorers to the space station. Boeing will get as much as $4.2 billion from NASA to construct the shuttle, called STARLINE, to end the United States' reliance on flying with Russia to get individuals to circle. Moreover, Boeing is the great project worker for NASA's Space Launch System, or SLS, a colossal rocket expected to send space travelers to the moon, and that's just the beginning. However, SLS is quite a while behind and billions of dollars over financial plan being developed, with the new White House spending record taking note of that. It will cost more than $2 billion for every dispatch. Finally is NanoRacks, a privately owned business that centers around an assortment of human spaceflight openings going from exploration to space station environments. NanoRacks has a wide area of clients also, going from NASA to the European Space Agency to various private US organizations. Indeed, even the public space industry is developing quickly. While human spaceflight might be the most regarded portion of the business, building and dispatching rockets for the US military has for quite some time been a predictable line of business for some guard organizations. Thus, other than Aerojet Rocketdyne, the space divisions are just a little piece of most open organizations in the public safety classification. A ton of them are getting perhaps somewhere in the range of 5% to 20% or so of their incomes from space-related exercises, said Andrew Channon, prime supporter and CEO of Procure AM, a firm that prior this year gave a space-cantered trade exchange asset, or ETF, called UFO. Aerojet Rocketdyne centers around drive frameworks for an assortment of military and business rockets and shuttle. The organization's stock has had a strong year, up over 25% on the rear of proceeds with deals development of its rocket motors. In 2018, extremely rich person financial backer Mario Gabelli recognized Aerojet Rocketdyne as one of his top stock picks, taking note of CEO Eileen Drake has worked effectively running this organization. But a year ago, Aerojet Rocketdyne missed out to Blue Origin when offering its AR-1 motor for a United Launch Alliance's new Vulcan rocket. In spite of the botched chance, Aerojet Rocketdyne's latest quarterly report said it hopes to consider 2019 to be one more year of deals development. Northrop Grumman, a year ago, purchased Orbital ATK, one of the top providers of strong rocket engines, and renamed the organization Northrop Grumman Innovation Systems. Space is just a minor piece of what most organizations in this classification do. As Channon disclosed, the hindrances to passage are lower for protection Goliaths. One of the enormous pieces before the public authority is approved in agreement is the personal investigations and due steadiness of a genuine organizations, ensuring that they have the legitimate shields set up, Channon said. Hence, on quarterly reports, a few organizations either don't break space out as a different specialty unit or incorporate it inside its aviation business. Those organizations incorporate Honeywell, Raytheon, L3 Harris Technologies, and Ball Aerospace, all of which book a huge number of dollars in space incomes each quarter. Sierra Nevada Corp, or SNC, is another privately owned business that ought not to be neglected. Just like the instance of other Safeguard project workers, space is just a piece of what SNC does. Yet, the organization has consistently assembled its space business, with its reusable freight shuttle Dream Chaser as perhaps the most obvious parts. The matter of satellites has changed, as it extends from makers to broadband video suppliers to administrators and ground frameworks organizations. Most of satellite-centered organizations hence fall under the general classification of satellite correspondences. For straightforwardness and in light of the fact that large numbers of the producers are included in the public safety class, yet for financial backers hoping to put resources into the space business currently, satellite correspondences offer the most noteworthy number of unadulterated play public organizations. The biggest of those by market esteem is Dish Network, which possesses and works an armada of direct transmission satellites. Dish used to be an assistance given by EchoStar, another organization on this rundown that gives a few correspondences administrations past broadcast TV. An expanding number of satellite organizations are hoping to offer Internet of Things or IoT correspondence administrations, and Orbcomm markets itself as one of the main suppliers in that specialties. The last class that adds to the business, which is the littlest by all-out market esteem, however, on account of the previous decade of private speculation, the symbolism and information examination classification might be the quickest to fill in the coming years. Basically, 4 space organizations in one. Maxar Technologies could undoubtedly be remembered for either public safety or satellite interchanges. In any case, having procured Digital Globe in 2017, Maxar works what it claims is the world's most exceptional heavenly body of imaging satellites. All things considered, it is safe to say that with such countless new organizations and missions, the industry will develop quickly. This brings us to the end of the video. What did you think? Do you believe the space industry is a great place to be? Would you invest in it? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. Share it with your friends and check out all of our other videos as well. See ya!